This week's episode is about how deeply connected we are to one another. I'm Rachael Keefe, and this is Monday's Muse. I want to begin by saying that I actually try to practice what I preach, as they say, because last week I talked about the need to take some time away. And as you might see from the background, we are in Duluth for a little R&R. So that being said, I want to talk a little bit about one of the scriptures for this week from Ephesians. There's a line in Ephesians that says, we are to speak truth to our neighbors because we are all members of one another. Not just members with those who believe as we believe, but all our neighbors. We are intimately and deeply connected with every human being. Earlier this week, my wife had an encounter with someone who asked her if she had everything she wanted or needed. And while the question was about restaurant food, my wife thought more deeply about it and realized in that moment she had everything she wanted and needed. And I thought, what a great question for us to reflect on. So in this moment, right now, do you have everything you want or need? Recognizing, of course, that we all have things that we want that we don't particularly need. But in this moment, if you're watching this, you probably have everything that you need and most of what you want. And so remembering Ephesians, that we are members of one another, that reminds us that we have a sacred duty, a sacred obligation to care for our neighbors. And one of the ways we do that is to ensure that all our neighbors also have what they need and at least some of what they want, so that none of us has more than we need while others have not enough. That's what justice looks like, when all of humanity has what they need. So what are you doing to ensure that your neighbor's needs are met? In honoring that proclamation that we are all deeply connected to one another in Christ, regardless of anyone's religious belief. So while I continue on my vacation, think about those things. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.